Right, hello everybody, and welcome to Tyranny. I decided to get this game because I saw it a while ago, quite some time ago in fact, and I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool, and I just never got round to getting it. And at work today, I'd a pretty shit day, and I want something to just have a blast with, just sort myself out. And as this is probably going to come out on like midday-ish Monday, it's probably not going to really matter too much about my day. So yes, fuck it, this is going. Normal difficulty requires strategy and efficiency. Zerba, Eja, G. That's good. Yeah, fine. What's this? Expert mode. Expert mode disables a number of helper features. Players want to rely on their own faculties in different while playing the game. For playing expert, this option is selected when you start a new game. Cannot be enabled in game. If disabled can be enabled. Okay. I'm guessing that's Iron Man. Trial of Iron. Only one save slot is permitted. If your party is defeated, game ends. Your save is lost, and you must start again. Yeah, I can't bother with that. So let's just go.
For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spy master and archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tunon brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
Alright, that's a fair story. Let's get on with just, I don't know, mashing shit. Right, here we are. So, let's see about creating characters. You're born, okay, yes, why not? So, what have we got? And okay. Alright, I'm gonna have a muck around in it, see what sort of character I can create. Right, okay, here's the character I've put together. I've decided to call her Feylora. She is a archer and electricity or shock mage, specializing in knowing stuff, basically. So I figured conquest. So at says go from the beginning. So let's go.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior. In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
Alright, during the conquest, you will decide your character's actions during Kairos' invasion of the Tears, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions the Tears respond to you. Your decisions matter, choose wisely. The Bastard City. Bastard City stood on the northern border between Kairos' Empire and the Tears. Built upon a natural harbour at the crossroads between realms, the city was a nexus of commerce. To the Tears, it was a centre of all wealth. To a northerner, it was little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbolic status as a gateway into the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' armies. Taking this city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos' will is insurmountable. Select a token on the map to begin. Infiltrate Tears. Both armies sent their forces to prepare the way. Or the Gates of Judgment. Infiltrate the Tears. History would remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units of both armies preparing for the coming war. Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus each had a plan to infiltrate the imperial capitals. The place. Which army did you join? Well, I, of course, went with the Disfavored, because I'd rather be helping a bunch of professionals than just a ragtag group of barbarians. You lent your skills to the elite Disfavored scouts to capture a border garrison. Graven Ash insisted that an early victory in the offensive would boost the morale of his troops and diminish the haughty overconfidence of the Southerns. The Oathbound scouts identified a modest border defense and collaborated on an organized attack that would leave the enemy uncoordinated and cut off from aid. You oversaw the preparations and offered your opinions on the strategy. A clashing of swords and spears fell to silence, followed by a cheering of Disfavored scouts. You were the least surprised. Inside agent, you found an ally within the city to prepare the way for the approaching armies. Or containing the fire, Bastard City's resident fire mages threatened the first leg of conquest. Yes, let's do that. Containing the fire, your fiercest opponents in the Bastard City were the mages of the School of Wild Wrath. 2 barbaric to use their power responsibility, the unbridled practitioners need to be stopped. How do you trick the hot-tempered mages into their own undoing? Lure them into the favoured ambush, or a meeting with the voices of Nerat? Let's go with that one. You tricked the guild elders into meeting with the voices of Nerat, Archon of Secrets. The Archon was notorious for his cruel and mysterious interrogation techniques. The mages were never seen again. Well, that dealt with them pretty efficiently, yeah. There are a few who could describe what horrors the Archon of Secrets visited upon his enemies during the conquest. Whether the elder mages knew of the Archon's reputation or met with him out of curiosity didn't matter. Once the flap of the Archon's tent closed, none of them were heard from again, save for the strangled cry of alarm that ended just as swiftly. Leaderless, the School of Wild Wrath fell into disorder, and the remaining members were slain by the Disfavored or conscripted into the Scarlet Chorus. Betrayal of the Bastard City. Your tactics of infiltration placed you in the Bastard City ahead of the main armies. Your work softened the city's defences for the arrival of Kairos' forces, but you wanted a decisive gesture that would give your allies a meaningful advantage. How did you assist in the fall of the Bastard City? So I've got duel the city marshal, incite a riot, or spread fear through assassination. Assassination is more my style, I think. Dueling, no. I mean, oh, it gives me abilities. Okay, Warrior's Respite. Stand on ground, face defeat. Regenerate health rapidly, damage reduced. Okay. What's this one? Raised deflection for 12 seconds, minus accuracy, dodge, and parry. Cloud obscuring shadows and dust for short duration. Enemies that use physical attacks against you have a significantly increased chance to miss. During this time, your attacks will also be less effective. Okay, so ability to avoid incoming damage for 12 seconds, or self-heal for 15, 35, 60%. Or no. Let's do that one. Keep it in the shadows. You are limited leaders of our city one by one. Some deaths are quite unnoticed, while others were gruesome beyond words. As a wave of murder overtook the city's elite, your deeds swelled in infamy. Well before the armies arrived, no one in the bastard city felt safe in their homes, much less behind their walls. By the time Kyros's forces crested the horizon, the city was fearful enough to throw open the gates and welcome their new protectors. Excellent! Bastard City settled into a new state of normality, with every tower displaying Kyros's banner. Your name was whispered along the rumours of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Junon sent word you were to join the next frontier of Kyros's conquest, either as a judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethanin's Crossing, or as a war advisor with the armies advancing to the realm of Apex. Let's go with an advisor role. Years ago, Lethane the Bold founded a small merchant town at the intersection of ancient old walls. The pact between the settlers and the mercenary company meant that caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or bane, and the town thrived in modest insignificance. Lethane's Crossing drew Kyros's attention for the iron deposits in the surrounding hills. With the region under Kyros's control, the northern smith mages could set up workshops to refine the ore and arm the disfavoured with the finest weapons in the known world. The Archon of Secrets dismantled the mercenary support with a generous bribe, taking the Crossing in a bloodless victory. Junon dispatched you to travel amongst Kyros's forces and bring order to the region. So what have we got? The iron must flow. You found a clever solution to improve production of iron weapons and armor. Or the Cult of Siren. The Archon of Song's power ensnared the mind of a disfavored soldier. Wait there. Look at she's Scarlet Horus. Yeah, let's see. Siren, the Archon of Song, used her arcane charm to lure locals to joining Kyros's army. As a patroness of the Scarlet Chorus, her efforts were critical to the conscription of new recruits. When the enthralled, disfavored soldier joined her cult, his company feared that the Archon was growing out of control and needed to be stopped. The disfavored demanded that the Archon of Song cease her recruitment practices and be allowed to violently subdue her cult of followers. The loss of soldiers was a significant setback to the Scarlet Chorus's conscription efforts. Or in Scarlet Chorus edition, you sent the latest batch cultists to the front line of the Apex campaign. Those who survived were welcomed to Tyranny Chorus' military, and their performance would stand as a testimony to... No, I won't go. Well, I'm back in the disfavored here. In response to your ruling, the Archon of Song departed your company in bitter silence, but not before releasing her arcane hold over the latest batch of recruits. The disfavored remained obstinate that dispersal of her cult continue as planned. Hunting down the confused or memory-stricken innocents, they were put to death, those who couldn't beat into obedience. They, of course, barely restrained themselves from the indignity, which proved a major setback to their army's strength in numbers. Red Anvil, Forge-bound mage swore allegiance to the Scarlet Chorus, creating strife between the armies. Or ancient threats who protected the city from the attacks of the arcane predators. Let's get that one, yeah. Drawn to the arcane energy around the forges, the mystical predators from the nearby old walls began to raid Lethane's Crossing at all hours. Methkiros' armies reserved their strength for the front lines of the war, and yet the city required protection. You had to delegate the responsibility to someone. As the largest army, you tasked the Scarlet Chorus with the burden of security. Disfavored took the opportunity to gather their strength. At your command, the Scarlet Chorus flooded the streets of Lethane's Crossing, infighting and competition among the unruly gangs made for disorganized patrols and distracted lookouts. However, when Ominous tide of Old Walls predators assaulted the city in previously unseen numbers, it took the full force of the Scarlet Chorus to repel it back. Yeah, that sounds good. That's good to me. Who controlled the crossing? Tragedy struck when a mercenary hired by the voices of Narat injured a forge-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft. Tunon ordered the mercenaries to leave the city in the hands of Pyrrhus' more responsible servants. Only a token garrison could be left behind while the armies returned to the front. As the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus showed increasing tension and hostility towards each other, Tunon decreed best that only one force control the crossing. Who controlled it? Well, the Scarlet Chorus have done the most here. But I am in favour of Dishonored. I've reduced their strength and chucked them into war. I mean, it would be the honourable thing to let the guys who defended the town look after it, but they're a bunch of thugs and gangers and things like that. And this is supposed to be a place of order and production, so it would be better for the smaller elite force to remain here and make sure everything works properly. The disfavored placed a modest garrison in the settlement of Lethane's Crossing. Though the force was larger than might be needed to police a small settlement, protecting the forge-bound ironsmiths became the true agenda of the defence force, as these magical craftsmen kept the disfavored invasion force suited in iron. Relieved at the departure of the Scarlet Chorus, the citizens of Lethane's Crossing felt they got the least of the two burdens. You received word from Graven Ash thanking you for your decision. Forge-bound and their weaponry could not be entrusted to the voices of Narat. With the mercenaries expelled and Lethane's Crossing under new leadership, Kairos' forces congratulate themselves on bringing order to the settlement and guaranteeing a productive flow of resources. Over the course of this diversion, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills were needed in the realm of Azure, Stalwart, or the Vellum Citadel. So what have we got? Subjugate the nation of Azure. Go to the Citadel, or easily defended position of rich military tradition, and restore it with the most formidable realm in the tiers. Subjugate the nation of Azure. That would probably be good for the Scarlet Chorus, or I think the Scarlet Chorus to do. Yeah, just subjugate. Go after that, or go after that. Let's go for the Vellum Citadel. It's got knowledge in there. The Vellum Citadel was an archive and a library of massive scale. Inhabitants were known as the School of Ink and Quill, a circle of mages that centuries ago carved out their own mountainous refuge on lands unsettled by other major realms. Legends said that the Citadel housed a treasure trove of arcane knowledge. The Overlord's spies infiltrated the school and confirmed as much. Time was ripe to send a detachment to the great library fortress and force the scholars to yield to Kairos. Peaceful surrender turned bloody, or Siren's song ensnared some stealthy mages. That would be... yeah, let's go with that one. Siren, Archon of Song, who I previously had a right go at, used her power to enthrall enemy mages who crept beyond the Citadel walls. After Kairos' forces rounded up the arcane practitioners, the disfavored began executing new captives before they could share their dangerous knowledge, a crime under Kairos' law with the Scarlet Chorus. Okay, so disfavored execute the new captives before they could share dangerous knowledge with the Scarlet Chorus. Punish the disfavored, muzzle the mages. Calm disfavored with a compromise. Sages' mouths will be bound with iron bridles to prevent them from speaking their forbidden knowledge. Or punish the disfavored for executing mages bound to the Scarlet Chorus, ordering that several disfavored soldiers given to the Archon of Song as personal bodyguards. Okay, so I guess the way this is written here, so the disfavored started executing people before they could share their knowledge with the Scarlet Chorus, which itself, the execution of people who the Scarlet Chorus captured, is a crime under Kairos' law. So if that's a crime, then the disfavored should be punished. The wisdom of the sages and knowledge of the Vellum Citadel were too important to silence. Disfavored balked at entering the Archon's service, but your ruling left them with no recourse. Archon Siren delighted in having a new toys to play with and promptly enthralled her personal guard. You spotted them in a camp days later, following a new mistress with wide-eyed devotion. Right of command. Siren composed songs of strength and provoked bloody slaughter. All the spymaster's agents' suspicions arose within Sage. Yeah, let's go with them. I don't want people to be murdered. A group of enemy mages surrendered to the disfavored, claiming to be spies loyal to the voices of Narot. No one in the army could verify the claim. Disfavored readied to interrogate the mages, but the Scarlet Chorus protested, demanding prisoners be given to their custody. They couldn't risk the voices of Narot's secrets falling into the wrong hands. Well, they've surrendered to the disfavored, so it would be only right that the disfavored get to interrogate them. Though it meant angering the Scarlet Chorus, the mages were disfavored property. They remained in custody while we reviewed their claims. Yes, that's the correct thing to do, yes. We took time pondering over the mages' confiscated documents. Finding no blatant messages to the voices of Narut or anyone else, you resolved to question the mages yourself. When you reached the cells, you discovered the bodies, each of them slaughtered in a grisly display. Terse discussion and accusations followed, but with no evidence to suggest a responsible party, you were forced to let the matter drop. They were executed by the Scarlets. Food and morale dwindled as the siege party realised the enemy would win this war of attrition. Tunon sent word that Kairos' patience had run thin. The Overlord would cast an edict of fire on the enemy. The parchment arrived within a slender case of engraved iron, and on it the words of a spell powerful enough to destroy the Vellum Citadel. You had the choice of when to read the edict. Reading it at sunrise would offer your enemies no warning of the devastation to come. You could also wait until sunset, giving them ample time to flee or make amends. Give a day's warning, or give no warning. Opting to give the enemy no quarter, you proclaim the edict of fire first moment of dawn, granting the enemy no warning of destruction to come. Though the chorus insisted your actions doomed their spies, disfavored applauded your decision. Claiming still had spies within the Citadel, the Scarlet Chorus urged you to warn the mages of the Overlord's edict. Granting their requests, you met with the enemy under a blue flag of peace and warned them of their doom, giving Chorus spies and the enemy a chance to run. Yes, let's do that. You confronted the mages with warning and hoped the message would be received, and the hour before sunset, numerous figures were spotted fleeing the citadel. As the sun dipped under the horizon, you read the words of the edict. The earth shook and the red-orange light glowed in the foundation of the sprawling citadel, bubbling up from under the library. A torrent of lava heaved with explosive force, gushing from the windows and between loose bricks, melting winding trenches in the surrounding land. Days later, the flames still raged on, conflagration continually fed and renewed by the power of the edict. Well, so much for knowledge then. The armies of Kyrus left the devastation of the Vellum citadel in silence. From that day forward, the Tears came to know the once noble citadel as the Burning Library. This was an undisputed loss of resources, knowledge, culture, and life, but a message has been sent. The Overlord will not tolerate defiance. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. You were one of the last to depart from the mountains, and as you journeyed off, you spotted a few campfires in the mountains. They were mere specks dwarfed by the inferno, last gasps of survivors, or perhaps looters from Kyrus' armies bored and daring enough to pick through the ashes. You've reached the end of Kyrus' conquest. Do you want to continue or erase your progress? I will continue.
The year is 431, and Kyros's invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kyros lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands. But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kyros have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault. With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance, but months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers. The Overlord is not amused, and Kyros has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kyros backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons. As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kyros's magic seals the way behind you. You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kyros's armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Phenomenal presume. I've been switching. Yes, that is me. Hello. Kairos the Overlord be praised. When I heard the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed with you on the other side. The disfavored warrior claps her gauntlet to her breastplate. Traditional salute of the Legion. The commander wouldn't say why the governor of Thane's Crossing would be coming, but since we have no forges here, I imagine it'd be good to knock on some sense in the voice of Narat. I mean, mediate with the Archons so that you might agree on a plan to wipe out the Oathbreakers. Oh, yes. Conversation about the characters. You can do checks. That's saying who they belong to, and those are stuff you can mouse over. On a personal note, it's good to see another Harbinger. By Chorus's will, most of our old invasion force still lives, but most of us have been scattered across the tiers, reassigned as needs change. I miss those days when there was so much battle ahead of us, so much glory still to be won. But I know the Archons are expecting you. Don't let me wax nostalgically about the old days. Glare silently. I've got law 20. I've got good law. I'm in a hurry to deliver the edict. I'll come bearing edict. Can you hear that hum in the air, that glow around the rocks? The avalanche is Kairos' magic. The Overlord has sealed the valley. Your senses see more than mine, good Fatefinder. I do not pretend to know much about such things, but if that was Kairos' magic and you're here on important business, well, you don't have to be the Archon of Secrets to get here to claim an edict. What does Kairos have in store for the enemy? 10 years of a festering plague, an edict of twisted bones. I come bearing an edict of Kairos. Our soldiers will complete their task or die. The edict is ever against us. Her eyes widen with fear. Her posture slackens. The Scarlet Chorus prevents us from taking action. Why would the Overlord punish both of them? She clears her throat with a sigh. Forgive me, it's not my place to question. We should have conquered the enemy within weeks of arriving in the valley. The delay reflects poorly on all of us. Subterfuge 20? Well, I've got subterfuge with that. Your first instinct is to blame the Scarlet Chorus. No wonder Kairos resorts to an edict to enforce order. Yes, well, there has indeed been goodwill between our armies, and you are right. When we act as we do, what choice do we give the Overlord? She takes a deep breath, nodding. She exhales. And you are right. I should not cast blame so freely, especially not when talking to a servant of justice. My apologies. Here I am in my action pose. Well, you've travelled a long way. I won't keep you any further. I'm sure the Archons will want to hear from you. Her voice falls silent, her attention snapping eastward with alarm. Did you hear that? More runners. Third time this week. The Oathbreakers keep trying to send messages through the mountains to gather up help from outside the valley. She points over to a collapsed path where we arrived. They're a bit late for that now. Come, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. For the glory of Kairos! Tyranny uses a portable real-time combat system because you will often manage more than one character at a time. It's a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real-time to see the orders play out. The options menu also contains many choices for automatic pausing. When you do that, spacebar to unpause the game. Your character can always perform basic actions with weapon or fist and rod. Special abilities and spells they can use in combat. Blah blah blah. I can use them. All character abilities and spells can be accessed by selecting the category icon. Blah blah blah. Using ability, left click the ability icon or do that. Cursor change to indicate with your mouse is valid target. Okay. Press escape to cancel. All characters in game friend of foe have 5 primary defenses, parry, dodge, and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I'm just going to sit here and shoot at this guy. And is he dead? No, he's injured. Okay. Barely injured and unhurt. Thrust, I could hobble. I didn't set it to auto pause like this, but never mind. Let's do a hobble on him. Why not? go. Guessing that's his health up there. He's still got plenty of health left. You're injured. Can I use Ceiling Shadows? That just works on me, isn't it? Single target attack inherits elements of the attacker's fighting style. Okay, so that's not a lot I can do. So that's a healing potion, target self. That's target self. Yeah. Well, that's a critical hit. You scored a crit. A crit is a better result than the hit, and they're more likely to occur when an attack's accuracy is higher than target's defense. Attacks that lead to damage will do more damage on a crit. Spells and abilities that heal or improve your allies will be better on a crit. Attacks that inflict status effects will have increased duration. Raises are worse than hits and suffer decreased damage. Okay, well he's moving to melee, okay. This is a tough fellow we're fighting here. I'm just going to pop into there we are, options. Can't change difficulty yet. Fine, auto pause. Weapon ineffective. Ah, let's leave it off. That must be what's doing it. Yeah, that's what's doing it. Okay. His armor's too high for my bow. But, you know, only so I'm doing a little bit damage to it. And you are injured.
I got it.
Let's check further. I'm going to loot him first. He's got a whetstone and a potion of protection. Alright, well, I'll take all. The other arch is blocked. Do you think you can fit through the rubble? I can if I click that button. Boulder. The rock slide blocks the path ahead. You can squeeze the narrow gap between the stones, or you can attempt to push one of the boulders out of your way. I don't have 30 athletics, so I'm going to have to go through a mouth.
Heads up, we have company.
Okay, this isn't good for me because I'm now in melee combat. Let's hobble
Will
you.
do.
Good, and then move out of the way. I'm disengaging, yes. And let's do a shot. Alright, you're a bit close. Let's do a charging on you. That's better. Now, take aim. I won't worry about that. Oh, alright, you're going at range with me, eh? Well, I think I'm better at range than you are, friend. Yeah, you're pretty badly hurt. I'm getting a bit hurt. Alright, you're down. Let's yeah, let's go for you from behind. Oh, it's knocked out and character recovery, okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to just run from here or what, but this guy's stone shield is badly hurt. Let's could charge fist. Yeah, let's charge fist this guy and then retreat again. Boom! Alright. He's near death. He's injured, so he's obviously been healing himself up. Good, good. It's just this one left to deal with. I am, yeah, that combat did hurt me a fair bit. Hobble. Let's hobble, see if it does anything. Probably not. Probably just reduces a bit of movement. Good, good. And yeah, she's almost gone. Nice. How are you, friend? Stone Shield. Don't bother me. Go down the path. Trust this. Soldier clutches his gut and winces. You can see the hint of entrails between his fingers. You're wounded, and it's not trivial. He laughs through clenched teeth. This but a scratch. I've seen twice as worse, 10 times over. He doubles over in pain, gagging and shivering. If you'll let me help you... He said, I'm fine! Soldier moans and shakes his head. Graven Ash protects. You go on and help the others. Alright. I'm gonna have these bits of gear though. That's unfortunately all there was. Ah, you've got gear on you. You've got a mushroom, waking death. Revive when defeated for 126. Okay. Anything ahead down here?
Try and catch me, worm.
Verse. Okay. Young Scarlet Fury waves around the Vendrian Guard attackers, avoiding the weapons with good grace. She nods to acknowledge you. Breathless enemy soldier passes a glance to her countryman. This one's crazy. Too much lead in her water. We should cut our losses and turn back.
Ha! Fate finder. You're here at last. Care to join me in putting these cowards out of their misery?
Sure, yes. I'm not going to start a conversation in the middle of a fight. By the realm of Apex, charge! Vendrian level of weapons and advance. Yeah, I'm just going straight into him. Now, I get to control her now. Okay, what can she do? Burning Iron. And... value weapon bows, okay. Value weapon dual wield. She's dual wielding at the moment. Skewer. Armor penetration. Does 6 stone. Okay, and let's just go with that one then.
Heads up, we have company.
Disengagement attack. One of your party members has been hit with a disengagement attack. Disengagement attack occurs when a character is engaged with another character in combat, and they join that. Okay.
For the Queen!
Okay, you are very badly hurt, so let's get your 25% health. Let's do a healing potion. And since I'm here with that, yeah, I'm just gonna keep on shooting. Cool. You're attacking there. Fantastic. There's not really an awful lot you can do. Switch targets.
Oh, that one fucking hurt.
Yeah, I bet. You are pretty badly hurt there. Anything? No, okay. Let's do a skewer. Do a skewer on this one. Excellent. And I'll do a charge fist on that one.
Right.
Oh, I didn't knock her over the edge. Never mind. Well, either way, she's pretty... Yeah, there we go. Pretty much dead.
Phew. I can tell you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent.
Actually, I probably did.
I'm Verse, by the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions. Those Vendrian guard we killed didn't come alone.
Okay. Storm, what's the roll? Why are the Vendrian guard attacking now?
My guess? The Vendrian guard are testing our strength in battle, learning how we perform before they organize a real offensive. That, or they're really, really desperate to get beyond the mountains and couldn't wait until nightfall.
Okay. Right, okay, well, I guess I'm ready when you are then.
Eager. I like that. Before we go, you might search among the remains of our fallen comrades. Wherever they're bound, I doubt they'll miss their boots, much less any rings or any useful iron they might be clutching.
You should honor your fallen, not pillage them. Or nice and practical, yes.
No reason to pity the fallen. Before long, we might wish we'd joined them here. But at least we'll enjoy heavy pockets and warm toes. For the voices of Nerat!
Alright, let's I'm gonna have a quick loot then. What have we got? Scarlet Fury Helm, a healing potion, sigil and hide. Anything else? No. Okay. In which case, let's type the inventory. Rogue's leathers and phalanx. Alright. Have I got any gear? Where's the gear I picked up? Because I picked up a helmet. Picked up a yeah, see, she's not got a helmet on. Ceremonial fate binder of Tunon armor or rogue's leathers. Armor 1, armor 3. Yeah, let's stick that on. There we go. Slightly better armor. One-handed. Slightly better DPS, slightly better better recovery time, much worse range. Yeah, I think I'll not worry about that. But I thought I picked up a helmet off of that person, but I guess I didn't. Okay. And nothing over there. Let's just double check. No, it doesn't look like there's anything over there. Fair enough. Ah. Locks. Okay. Eyes forward, no looking back. Vendrian guard warrior roars with his bolts in hand held high. Words largely lost like the din of combat. Stand aside, or your funeral will be over this side of the bluff. Seeing you squarely in his path, the sword points his weapon away. I applaud your bravery, but I implore you to end this foolishness and lay down your arm. There is no escape, and for oath record, no surrender. With us on 5 of them, they would probably rip us a new one. I applaud your bravery, but I implore you to end this foolishness and lay down your arms. Not a chance. If I surrender, I'm good as dead. At least we can drag some of Karis' chosen along our short journey to the void. Signal is meant to charge. The sound of chanting rises from the south, drawing his attention. Scarlet Chorus reinforcements! Hurry! Ah, okay, so it's not orders. Mocking Blades. Run down the Oathbreakers, let none escape. The red mob of reinforcements in the south, the Blood Chanter emerges at the head of the rabble, the ornamental crest of her staff pulsing with crimson tones. Signing sigils of magic and wordlessly moving her mouth, the Blood Chanter scribes a series of spells in the air. Red glow surrounds the Vendrian Guard warriors as the Chanter magic worms its way into their minds by rage. Hold position, all of you! You there, keep to the path! Warrior gestures along the canyon trail, but his soldiers turn their attention to the Scarlet Chorus. Roaring challenges. No, don't engage them, we need to run! His orders falling on deaf ears, the warrior reluctantly readies his weapon. Right then. You need to straight off on a special attack on that guy. And I will I'll hobble him.
Trouble is.
Companion versus joined your party. Versus get the warriors, good in melee and range combat. Got companions you will need to balance their strengths against the strengths of your character to be successful in combat. It is possible to adventure alone and find the game more rewarding for all as party. Yeah, both selected. Yes, I'll check back and forwards. You can control your new companion directly, or you can enable the AI to have attack and use their abilities automatically. So Verse is AI controlled, a switch AI control off for me. You can always select them and tell them to attack with the enemy. Okay, fair enough. So basically I'll just be controlling myself. Right click the AI button, you can see AI setting for party members, set auto attack behaviour, okay. Several stance abilities provided with different benefits in combat. Stances are modal abilities, meaning they can be toggled on and off. Okay. Got battle stance. Alright, well, let's have a quick look then. AI enabled defend party default. Yeah, let's actively seek out targets even if death is close. Remain passive until attacked. Looks like anyone who attacks a member of their party will not seek out targets unless provoked. Okay. Blade Dancer. Fight aggressively in melee. Yeah, sure. Let's do that because I am, as I say, I'm ranged specializations. Oh, I'm attacking him. Okay. Can I knock him back then?
This isn't working.
Knock him
I
back.
got it. Yes. Right.
Yeah, let's do a thrust on him. It's done very little. You almost dead though. Switch target to you. Right, you Verse is almost dead. Have you got a healing potion? You have got a healing potion. Use that healing potion. And let's knock him back again. Guess that didn't work. Alright. Attack from behind. You are really getting pretty smacked around, aren't you?
Oh, someone stitch me up.
Sorry, nobody's got any healing abilities for you. Hobble. And you are... Mocking Blaze, you're doing nothing. Okay. The part member takes damage, you'll start to health. Wounds are removed when the party rests all the characters. Okay.
Oh, got dark all of a sudden.
And I'm just going, whee, I'm disengaging. Can I not disengage through here? No, I can't. Okay. In which case, I'm going to have to knock you back.
Right.
There. Present runner, come quick! We have a situation on the cliffside. They have the commander! Alright, well, we better follow up on that one then. Unless there's any loot to be had first. Let's see, loot from you. What do you got? Scarlet Chorus leather armor. Okay. It's now there. What are you wearing? You are wearing bloody Scarlet Fury armor. Okay. Is that going to be better for you? Armor 1. No, okay. The ceremonial fate binder of... Why? Hang on a minute. Where's my gear? Party stash. Process edict. Right. Oh, it's kicking around it. I didn't know why it wasn't going up there. Right, well... Give you some stuff then, because you need this. Yeah, it's basically better than what you've got on at the moment. So there you go. And have a helmet. Lesser healing potions. Yes, you can have. You can have a whole bunch of them. There you are. Potion protection, whetstone. No. No, let's leave that for now. Right then, we need to get moving. Because the commander's been got. Hello! You have loot on you. What have you got? Vendrian Guard Heavy Bronze Greaves. And an agate. Okay. Let's just double check to see what. Go to armor. So I've just got ceremonial fate binder boots. And bloody Scarlet Fury boots. Plus armor, plus crush. Minus recovery, minus deflection, minus disengagement defense. Not really a lot of armor you already get on that, is it? No, I'll probably sell it, I guess. Anything else? Hello? What are you doing over here? Cosma? What are you doing? You draw attention to me. Yeah. Oh, I see. You're hiding, are you? Okay. Okay. I get it. There's nothing I can have access to it. Oh, I can examine this. Weapons armor is stacked with neat precision in its transport cart. Every spear is honed and oiled, ready for battle. Okay. Well, someone's mucked up this camp. Torn banner bears a scratched out icon disfavored. The army's original symbol has been lost to history. And Graven Ash has never ordered a replacement, preferring the blasted icon over all others. That's Scarlet. Hello, we're here. Hellox Tyrell. Stow your weapons, or we find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Cornered between a precipitous drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds a disfavored officer at knife point. Skewer him! Worry not for me. Graven Ash will protect. His favoured officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his braces and cuirass. You heard the man. He plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? This blade? With a jerk of the knife, you slice off a clump of Dastard's matted hair. So eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. Release the prisoner and you might know the inside of a cell. I've not got athletics. We have to help Drastus, or you heard him, let him die. Release him and you might know the inside of a cell. And I'm sure that cell will have daily visits from Scarlet Chorus and Cad's dirty bit of torture. Shakes his head, pulling the captain closer. I'd rather take my chances with death. Now that's unfair. I assure you it's more a hunger for torture than a thirst. But you are correct. We have no charity left for those who have laughed at our mercies before. Blood Chanter slams herself into the ground, cutting her fingers with a cooking hand. If you fools won't deal with him, maybe I will. Maybe you're thinking, don't. Not until Commander Drastus is safe. We have to help Drastus. Tyrell dashes the grade across Drastus' throat. Blood gushes from the commander's neck, drowning out his final words. He will points the blade knife towards you. Death to Kairos! Death to the Archons! Drastus' body falls to the ground. His favourite soldiers pounce forward, quickly reducing the Oathbreaker to a bloody mess. Drastus' death will be a setback. He was a fine steward of this steadfast. Aurora swallows her lips pursed in anger. But with the losses we've sustained in this war, I am the next in command. I will aspire to be half as leader as he was. One of the soldiers found magic blather on the Oathbreakers. Aurora holds up a rolled sheaf of parchment. I figured you being trained in letters, you could perhaps... fair enough. I'll examine. Repeating the same messages in different written scripts, the parchment explains the Vendrian Guard's desire to overthrow Kairos' Archons and rout their armies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the Younger Realms to gather at Vendrian's Well. Recruit material. They were trying to bring more traitors to the fight. There are likely other groups trying to flee the valley, but we can rest knowing we stopped this group. Shame it's at such a high cost. The Archons are expecting you at this favoured war camp. When you're ready to leave, exit by the southeast gate and keep going that way through the foothills. I shall. But first, let's see, what does he have on him? Sigurd of Distant Impact, some cheese, quick finger bangles, and a bronze falx. I will take those. And I will leave you.
I can't.
Stone shield. Present run. Stone shield. I take a spear to the side, but I can't even feel it. Wow, stone shield. Isn't that just fantastic? Ooh, prisoner. Can I speak to the prisoner? No. I can speak to Mocking Blaze, and I can speak to Aurora. Prisoner is from the Tarkis clan. He's not just any Oathbreaker, he's one of their leaders. Aurora signals her men dragging a hand across their neck. No mercy for those who foment rebellion. Find a post and string him up. If his wounds won't kill him, thirst, starvation, and infection will do the rest. All must be given a chance to find absolution in service to the Scarlet Chorus. Mage points a finger at disfavored officer. And you know full well this has always been our way. He has a chance to be a slave or a soldier. Only then do we feed him to the pigs. I tire of this nonsense. You keep recruiting these Oathbreakers and you fail to inflict order and then they defect. We'll have to fight them all over again. I will not let another one of these South Knobs come back to haunt us. Well, I insist this Oathbreaker taken to the voices in a rut, leaving us in an impasse. Fortunately, we have Fatebinder here to settle the matter for us. Chanter turns to you and expectant smile on her face. What say you? What should become of the prisoner? Execute. one chance to surrender is enough. He was given a chance to surrender. He was obviously part of the force that swore fealty to the Overlord before and has since rebelled. What's the chance of him doing it again? Fairly high. If he stays alive, kill him. Happily, this will pay for justice and all my other brothers and sisters that perish here in Vendrian's well. Aurora nods to a noble warrior. You heard the Fatebinder. Kill him! Make an example of him. Find a post that's not in use and string him up. Aurora gives you a solemn nod. Until next time, Fatebinder, I know you have important business in the valley. No point in keeping you. For the glory of Kairos. And that's where I'm going to end it, because it's quite late now, and I need to go and get my dinner. So, I might play some more of this, I might not. I have decided this was just an impulse buy and play. So, until something else happens. Yeah, bye.
They won't see me coming.